Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody out there? Not that you can hear me, but is there anybody home? Relax. I need new information, yes. Because I'm tired of being with you like two fish bowls in a lost souls, or we two souls in a lost bowl. And 10 years have passed me by. You missed the starting gun. I don't know why. Hi, everybody. Tonight, if you've never been to this channel, welcome. Apparently, according to YouTube and according to numbers and algorithms and technology, people might watch 2 seconds of your video if you're lucky, you know. And if you don't have a hook at the beginning and you're an unknown, or maybe some of you are like me and you've been on YouTube for about two and a half. No, actually, this channel is really, I would probably say it started to take off, I would say, in the last year and a half. And I know people out there are laughing and they're saying, oh, but you only have X number of subscribers. So you're not succeeding. So what does that say about all of us that are on this channel or passersby, you know? Um, Tonight I'm not really in the face mood. Tonight my task, being January the 26th of 2026, is very, very simple. I'm spending 15 minutes with a 1 year Bible. And this is just unbelievable to me. God works in such mysterious ways, or the energy that be. I guess what I'm trying to say is somebody said to me on YouTube today, "What's your shtick?" And it was a good question because that is the way and the nature in which people speak nowadays. Your shtick. What's my shtick? I don't have a shtick. I don't. If you want to find out, if you want to research who I am and why I started the channel, change.org would be a good place. Um, Manna, I wasn't able to get to Amazon. I wasn't able to get to the store today, so I apologize. I really do. But I want to make something clear about these raffles from now on. Yeah, I really want to make this clear because I don't gossip. When I get on a subject, I don't let it go, as you've noticed. When I get onto something, I'm like a dog with a bone, you know? How many people had to tell me to stop complaining about not getting my mug from Paula M when I paid $47 from her merchandise YouTube channel and I never received it. And I reported it to YouTube. Nothing was done, right? And today I was on a live and it blew my mind. 259 people went by and one person subscribed. So I either am a lunatic and I shouldn't be on here talking about anything, or I haven't found my niche, and I'm 54. One of the things that I've noticed that really, really sticks with YouTube success is gossip. And people do a lot of research to gossip about other people. Um, Speaking unkindly about somebody isn't necessary, but you're not even allowed to use words like fat anymore, you know, because that might hurt somebody's feelings. I think if people can't laugh at themselves, then you've got a problem. You've got a problem if you can't laugh at yourself. And I am by no stretch of the imagination Mother Teresa. And I am not going to sit here and spout off what I believe and what I've done in my life or haven't done in my life. But I can honestly tell you that I innately, naturally have been so sensitive and empathic my whole life. But yet I don't even know Jesus, who he was, what was the word? What do I believe? What is my faith? Just the one thing I remember about Catholicism, because I might have offended somebody today by saying Eskimo instead of Inuit. And I didn't mean it that way. It's my generation, right? And I guess every generation has to catch up with with the next. So if I did say anything to offend anybody unintentionally, I apologize. And also, whatever I say, take it with a grain of salt. You be the judge. You know, I want to read the Bible in 2026 because that is one book I've never written or read. And, you know, it's a pretty thick book. So my friend Charlie said, start with the Old Testament and then, follow the New Testament. But I said, so it's the wrath of God versus the merciful God. And he said, yes. And I thought to myself, that is so strange because I innately remember as a child. And, I was abused like everybody else. I was traumatized like everybody else. But I didn't need a Bible to behave kindly to people. It's just the way people are the way they're not. Which brings me to the raffle. I'm so upset with myself because I gave such clear instructions on the raffle. And the one thing about me is you can overuse empathy and then people walk on you, and empaths will give their backs off their shirt or their shirt off their back. And don't ask me about why I'm getting my words backwards. Research what happens when you're going through menopause. Okay? It's 9 o'clock at night and I don't feel like putting on makeup, and then you get criticized for why is your hair like this? And I'm just at a time in my life where I have to turn off the noise of negativity. And I just don't think there's any healing factor in gossip. Even shame on me for talking and judging Erica Kirk. Another way that I could put it is that I'm very disappointed that Erica Kirk, in my humble opinion, is who she is to me. But just because I say that, that doesn't mean it automatically becomes people's opinion. And I think the reason that Candace Owens is such a threat is because a lot of what she says isn't crazy. A lot of what she says is truth. She's not gossiping. But what worries me is he who protests too much When you call yourself not a liar all the time, why does somebody say that? Because they were called a liar and they're justifying a childhood trauma, or is it because they're lying? But I don't think Candace is very authentic. I really, she used to rip the microphone out of Charlie. And I don't understand why Candace is getting sued when she never even began that story. And it's like, what I did this really long video today about iterations. And I talked about this movie Truth, and I had to delete the video. And it was very unfortunate. And I'll explain it tomorrow. But if you go to Cheer Denise and Maureen Callahan and Kinsey Schofield and I mean Andrew Gold, these people are magnetic and charismatic and they have that it thing, right? And YouTube is now turning into the new Hollywood. Nobody cares about award ceremonies anymore. But boy, oh boy, people sure care about being shouted out. I watched people throw money I watched in about 15 minutes, 10 different lives. And the big channels, people were throwing money at these people, even Candace Owens, because it's like, uh, oh, to be noticed by that person. But guess what? We all bleed the same. We all are the same. And I had, like, I don't know, an epiphany today, a catalyst today. Just, I knew that I wasn't taking care of myself the way that I deserved. And my goal tonight is to sit down and to write down by memory what I did from January 1st up until today. And I'm really going to keep myself accountable. My goal is to be me. And if you want to come along and join, and I want to get to know all of you. But what I wanted to say about the raffle, real quick, is I really did give clear instructions for an entire month. I put up 89 videos in a month for people to pick from. And all anybody had to do was go to the community page, write their name down, right? And I said, whoever writes their name down in the community page, I want to do a raffle. So I cut everybody's name out and I pick out a person's name. And all anybody had to do was pick one Christmas video, what it was about, and feedback on what you would do to make it better because I didn't want positive feedback. And then I had 3 different people email me and tell me they were the winners. And now I feel guilty because I can't afford $150 because it was one ticket for $50 for people participating over Christmas. And it actually hurt my feelings. Maybe that's why I haven't gone to get it because I'm mad at myself for putting that out there and then just saying yes automatically. But then if I don't keep my word, I look like an asshole, and I'm not an asshole. But if you watch Maureen Callahan and all of these, not Andrew Gold so much, but Maureen Callahan, she's really fantastic. Megan Kelly is really fantastic. But you tell me, why do you think their channels are so successful? So, this is episode 1, Monday, January the 26th of 2026. If you like any of my videos, download them now because I'm erasing everything and I'm starting fresh. Okay? God love all of you, and that's a wrap.